All right, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of Math e-learning. I know yesterday we had a couple bumps in the road, some technology issues, but hopefully things will be better today and go a little more smoothly. Our warm-up today, we're going to do another volume question. This time it's a rectangular prism. Again, the volume formula is going to be that length times width times height. So I'm going to take my 5 millimeters times 4 millimeters times 9. 5 times 4 is going to give me 20, and then I'm going to take that 20 millimeters times 9. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 2 is 18. I get 180 millimeters. And again, volume is cubed, that little 3 exponent, because we are multiplying 3 dimensions. Problem solving. The gym is closed, but Ryan wanted to get some exercise. He decided to run around the soccer field across the street. The field is 75 yards wide, 120 yards long. If Ryan runs around the entire field 3 times, how many total yards will he run? So this is a little different than what we've been doing with our area and perimeter problems because he is running around the field 3 times. So if this is my field, 120 yards long, 75 yards wide, and he's going to run around this not just once, not just twice, but 3 times. So I need 3 times the perimeter. To do that, we first need to calculate the perimeter. Again, we've been working on this for a little bit now, so we add up all of the measurements. I know 5 plus 5 is 10, carry my 1. 7 plus 7 is 14, and then I have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, carry my 1, and then 3. But I'm not done there because he is doing this 3 times. So there's my key word. He's doing it 3 times. So I'm going to multiply that distance times 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 9 is 27. Carry the 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 2 is 11. And since it's perimeter, it's just yards. We don't square it and we don't cube it. Okay, again, if I am going too fast or you need additional time, hit the pause button, hit rewind. It's okay, work at your pace. So I added 120 yards plus 120 yards plus 75 yards plus 75 yards because I needed to know the perimeter of the soccer field. Then I multiplied, my bad guys. We got 390, so 390 yards times 3 laps because I needed to know how far Ryan ran. This told me he ran, let's double check, 1,170 yards. Again, 2-parters, so we're trying to get into those more complex problem-solving skills. All right, guys, today we're going to do some more conversion. This time we're going to talk capacity units. Okay, those capacity units are the ones that we more commonly associate a lot of the times when we're doing those liquid measurements. So, amount of liquid inside. So that's the capacity, the amount of liquid it can hold. So we're going to be talking about those cups, pints, all of those. And then conversion, or to convert, we know we're doing that whole to change units. Alright guys, here's a Gallon Man. I like this fun robot picture, but I also want to show you another version of Gallon Man that I enjoy. I like to call him the Super G. Start off with our gallon here, which represents the G, the gallon. Inside a gallon, each gallon has 4 quarts. And inside each quart, we have 2 pints. So those P's stand for pints. And last but not least, inside those pints, we're going to have 2 C's, which is going to represent cups. Now, I'm going to be using this for a lot of the problems in the mini lesson. So a strategy I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy him so that I can come down here and I'm going to paste him on all of my problems. So I have him to refer to. Again, I'm just going to paste him on all of the problems. This will help me so when I'm working through these with you guys, we won't have to keep scrolling back up to look at them. So just a quick strategy to have that conversion right in front of you. All right. Now I'm going to go back up here and we're going to review the golden rules of conversions. Remember, if you're going from a bigger unit to a smaller unit, we're going to use that multiplication. A smaller unit to a bigger unit, that's when we're going to divide. And to help us with this, with capacity units, we're going to use this right here. Got them ordered from greatest or largest to least or smallest. So gallon again being the biggest, and then cups are going to be, or excuse me, ounces would be my smallest. All right, so again, when you are doing these problems on independent practice, be sure to write that conversion down underneath the problem each time to assist you. 5 gallons, and we're converting to cups. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look at my Super G over here, my Gallon Man, and I notice that inside that G, if I count, I see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cups. So what that tells me is 1 gallon is equal to 16 cups. So that's the conversion I'm going to use. Now, I ask myself, gallons to cups, am I going big to small, small to big? And again, if I look up here, gallons are my largest, so I definitely know I'm going big to small, which means multiplication. And be sure, guys, that you're showing your work. I'm going to show that multiplication. I know a lot of you are really great mathematicians and want to do it in your head, but be sure to show your work. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is going to give me 8. So that means 5 gallons is equal to 80 cups. And like that strategy before, I already have my Gallon Man here, so I can simply use him. We're looking from cups to pints. So if I look at my picture, how many cups do you see in a pint? Well, I see those 2 C's in a P, so that means 1 pint equals 2 cups. Cups to pints, I can check up here if I need to, or I can remember cups are smaller than pints, so I'm going small to big, which means division. So that's 16 divided by 2. I know for some of you that's a mental math fact. I always like to show my work even though I know it, just to be safe. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means 16 cups is equal to 8 pints. And let's do a couple more. Quarts to pints. We're not doing quarts. Sorry, that's not a thing. If I check my quarts and my pints, I look inside. I see 2 P's inside each Q. So that means 1 quart equals 2 pints. Quarts to pints. I notice in this picture that my Q is bigger than my P, so I know I'm going big to small. which means multiply. So I'm going to take 18 times 2. 2 times 8 is 16, carry my 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So that means 18 quarts is equal to 36 pints. I know there's only one more in the mini lesson, but I am actually going to do one after this because I noticed in looking at your independent practice yesterday, the ones that have you converting and there's remainders kind of threw us for a loop, so I'm going to do another one of those at the end of this. All right, pints to gallons. I look inside my gallon, my G, which is right here, and I have to count all the P's inside. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that tells me 1 gallon equals 8 pints. All right, pints to gallons. If you look at your gallon man here, the P's are definitely smaller than the G, so I'm going small to big, which means divide. 12 divided by 8. If I do my strategy for skip counting, I can stop at 16 because it's already bigger than 12, which means I can get 1. Subtract 12 minus 8 is 4. So this tells me I can get 1 gallon. And here's what we're talking about, these remainders. Excuse me. 4 left over. So that means after I make 1 gallon, I have 4 pints left because I don't have enough to make another gallon. These are the remainder ones. I'm going to do another one of these and we're going to walk through it now. So, for example, draw my quick gallon man here. Again, you can copy and paste him if you want to. I'm just going to draw him real quick. It also helps my brain remember how many to draw inside of him. Okay, so if we have, for example, I'm going to do 13 cups, and we're going to convert that to pints and see if we have any cups left over. So the conversion, if you look at the P's and the C's, again, I see 2 C's in every P, so 2 cups. Actually, pardon me, I'm going to say 1 pint equals 2 cups. I've been doing that each time. Cups to pints, the C's are smaller, so small to big means divide. 13 divided by 2, strategy for skip counting. And I notice I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which 6 times 2 is 12. So that means I have 1 left over. So this tells me I can get 6 whole pints. And again, that remainder is going to be the extra cups I have after I make my pints, which is 1. So hopefully that helps. That's what I noticed yesterday's independent practice. When you have those remainders, that's what that means. Okay? If you have questions today, Seesaw message me, Canvas message me, email me, send me a smoke signal. However you can get a hold of me if you have questions, I'll be available all day. I'm here to help you, so please don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to email. If you have to email me 20 times, that's okay. I'm here to help you learn while we're not at school. All right, you guys have a good day. I'll be thinking of y'all. Hopefully you get your work done and you have a little fun too.